Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranja Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Tere Nashtuprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhakt Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So I know it's Friday today, but I'll continue with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, ninth chapter, text number 36, because it's the last words of the Chatu-sloki Bhagavatam. So I just wanted to continue with that. And moreover, this verse, Prabhupada has given very elaborate um, purport. So I believe it will take me 2 sessions to complete this verse. So today and tomorrow I'll try to complete this verse. Text 36. Etavad eva jigyasyam tattva jigyasunatmanah anvevyatirekabhyam yat syat sarvatra sarvada. A person who's searching after the supreme absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, must certainly search for it up to this in all circumstances, in all space and time, and both directly and indirectly. To unfold the mystery of Bhakti Yoga, as it is explained in the previous verse, is the ultimate stage of all inquiries, or the highest objective for the inquisitor. So this is the objective. This verse covers the objective or prayojana. So as I said, there are 3 topics, Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. So first 2 verses covered Sambandha. In fact, why 2 verses covered Sambandha? Because Sambandha, to understand the Sambandha, our relationship with the Supreme Lord, is the most important aspect of life. And then comes Abhideya. Abhideya means a devotion service. And Prayojana means the final stage, the highest objective. Until we understand and work on the Sambandha, make a foundation very strong, it will be very difficult, almost impossible to make progress further. We cannot sentimentally or emotionally think, oh, I know the philosophy, I know the relationship, and I can just work on the highest objective. It doesn't work like that. So that's why foundation. That I am spirit soul, I am part and parcel of Krishna, and I have eternal relationship with Krishna. That is the foundation. And if that is worked upon, that is clear, that is strong, then we can further progress. What's the Abhideya means a devotion service, how to perform devotion service, and by performing devotion service, what is there to achieve. Prabhupada further writes, everyone is searching after self-realization in different ways, by Karma Yoga, by Jnana Yoga, by Dhyana Yoga, by Raja Yoga, by Bhakti Yoga, etc. To engage in self-realization is the responsibility of every living entity developed in consciousness. One who is developed in consciousness certainly makes inquiries into the mystery of the self, of the cosmic situation and of the problems of life in all spheres and fields, social, political, economic, cultural, religious, moral, etc. And in their different branches. But here the goal of all such inquiries is explained. So one who is developed in consciousness means not just in human, but to go further. I mean, even if somebody in a human body is worried only about eat, drink, and be merry, then it's not even developed consciousness. It's just like animal consciousness. One who is developed, then he certainly makes inquiries into the mystery of the self. Then he wants to know further about Sambandha, further about his relationship with the Supreme, of the cosmic situation and of the problems of life. Then he wants to make inquiries in all spheres and fields and in the different branches. But here the goals of such inquiries is explained. So what is the ultimate goal? The Vedanta Sutra philosophy begins with this inquiry about life. And really, what is inquiry? Athata Brahma Jigyasa means everybody has to inquire. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. Who am I? The Bhagavatam answers such inquiries up to this point, or the mystery of all inquiries. Lord Brahma, it starts with him that he wanted to inquire. Brahma wanted to be perfectly educated by the personality of Godhead. And here is the answer by the Lord, finished in 4 nutshell verses. From Aham Eva to this verse, Etavad Eva. This is the end of all self-realization processes. Men do not know that the ultimate goal of life is Vishnu, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, due to being bewildered by the glaring reflection in the darkness. And as such, everyone is entering into the darkest region of material existence, driven by the uncontrolled senses. So men do not know that the ultimate goal of life is Vishnu. This is what Prahlad Maharaj also said, that men don't know, or the Supreme Personality of God, due to being bewildered by the glaring reflection in the darkness. And as such, everyone is entering into the darkest region of material existence, driven by the uncontrolled senses. Everybody thinks my ultimate goal of life is what? To be happy in sense gratification, eat, drink, and be merry. But this is what takes us to the darkest region. What is the darkest region? Not the hellish life. Hellish life is also darkest, but to go down into the animalistic status of life, and that happens by uncontrolled senses. So the human life that we got, and in the higher consciousness in human life, is to find out more about ourselves, our relationship with God, and to work on that relationship to attain the ultimate goal of life. The whole material existence has sprung up because of sense gratification, desires based principally on the sex desire. And the result is that, in spite of all advancement of knowledge, the final goal of all the activities of the living entities is sense gratification. So, in spite of all advancement of knowledge, or so called knowledge, the technical knowledge, political knowledge, psychological knowledge, sociological knowledge, economic knowledge, religious knowledge, whatever knowledge that we see these days, whatever things, whatever education that we get these days, is basically leads up to what? Sense gratification. Desires based principally on the sex desire. That's all it is. And the result is that the final goal of the activities is sense gratification. But here is a real goal of life. And everyone should know it by inquiries put before a bona fide spiritual master, expert in the science of Bhakti Yoga, or from a living personality of Bhagavatam life. So this is what the shloka says. One should one should search for it. Means search for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate goal of life. Nate vidu svarthagatam hi Vishnu. That's what Prahlad Maharaj said. The ultimate goal of life is Vishnu, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And one has to search up to this in all space of time, both directly and indirectly. How to search directly and indirectly? Directly means by taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. This is what Prabhupada says, but here is a real goal of life, and everyone should know it by inquiries put before a bona fide spiritual master, expert in the science of Bhakti Yoga, or from a living personality of Bhagavatam life. So Sadhu and Guru, they are the ones who teach us what's the goal of life. Everyone is engaged in various kinds of scriptural inquiries, but the Srimad Bhagavatam gives answer to all of the various students of self-realization. This ultimate objective of life is not to be searched out without great labor or perseverance. So this ultimate objective of life is to be searched out with great labor, or with austerities, with tapasya. One who is imbued with such sincere inquiries must ask as bona fide spiritual master in the disciplic succession from Brahmaji, and that is the direction given here. So this is how one has to approach a spiritual master and ask him how to achieve this ultimate goal of life. Because a mystery was disclosed before Brahmaji by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The mystery of all such inquiries regarding self-realization must be put before such a spiritual master, who is directly the representative of the Lord. Acknowledged that in that disciplic succession, such a bona fide spiritual master is able to clear up the whole thing by evidence from the revealed scriptures, both direct and indirect. Although everyone is free to consult the revealed scriptures in this connection, one still requires the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, and that is the direction in this verse. So although everyone is free to consult the revealed scriptures, the Shastra, but Sadhu and Guru also require to guide one to understand the scriptures. The bona fide master is the most confidential representative of the Lord. And one must receive direction from the spiritual master in the same spirit that Brahmaji received it from the personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. The bona fide spiritual master is in that bona fide chain of disciplic succession never claims to be the Lord himself, although such a spiritual master is greater than the Lord in the sense that he can deliver the Lord by his personally realized experience. So a bona fide spiritual master never claims himself to be God. He always claims that he is servant of God. Although Prabhupada says this bona fide spiritual master is even greater than God because he is delivering the Lord by his realized experience to a neophyte, even a neophyte devotee, neophyte disciple, neophyte follower. The Lord is not to be found simply by education or a good fertile brain, but surely he can be found by the sincere student through the transparent medium of the bona fide spiritual master. So Lord cannot be found by education, means by jnana, or by good fertile brain, means means anywhere else. Only by the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master he can be found. The revealed scriptures give directions directly to this end, but because the bewildered living entities are blinded by the glaring reflection in the darkness, they are unable to find the truth of the revealed scriptures. For example, in the Bhagavad Gita, the whole direction is targeted towards the personality of God and Lord Shri Krishna. But for want of a bona fide spiritual master, in the line of Brahmaji or the direct hearer Arjuna, there are different distortions of the revealed knowledge by many unauthorized persons who just want to satisfy their own whims. In Bhagavad Gita, the whole direction is directed towards the personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. The Bhagavad Gita, because Krishna spoke to Arjuna, it's direct instructions from Krishna, and he had very little time to teach Arjuna. Of course, Bhagavatam, Shukdev Goswami still had 7 days to teach. But Bhagavad Gita, Krishna had only 40 some minutes, 48 minutes to be exact, in which he spoke Bhagavad Gita. So he clearly told directly to Arjuna, just surrender to me. Bhagavad Gita is accepted as one of the most brilliant stars in the horizon of the spiritual sky. Yet the interpretations of this great book of knowledge have so grossly been distorted that every student of the Bhagavad Gita is still in the same darkness of glaring material reflections. Although this book, Bhagavad Gita, has been clearly saying whom should we surrender to and what should we do, but still there are so many commentaries that they distort the meaning. Such students practically the same imparted as as prime verses of the Bhagavatam. But due to wrong and fashionable interpretations by unauthorized persons, one cannot reach the ultimate conclusion. So this is the problem. There are so many commentaries, non-bona fide, unauthentic commentaries, and that just puts a cloud over the real instructions, or the real meaning of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. In the Gita, it is clearly stated, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe archantishtati brahman sarva bhutani yantra arpanani maya. The Lord is situated in the heart of all living beings, and He is controlling all of them in the material world under the agency of His external energy. Therefore, it is clearly mentioned that the Lord is a supreme controller and the living entities are controlled by the Lord. In the same Bhagavad Gita, the Lord directs as follows: Man mana bhav madbhakto madhyaji mam mame vashyasi satyam te pratijane priyosime. It is clear from this verse of the Bhagavad Gita that the direction of the Lord is that one should be God-minded, a devotee of the Lord, a worshipper of the Lord, and must offer all obeisances unto Lord Shri Krishna. By so doing, the devotee will undoubtedly go back to Godhead, back to home. It's clearly said in Bhagavad Gita. But those who interpret it wrongly, those who have some ulterior motives, they just write their own commentaries and they cover the real meaning of Bhagavad Gita. So people don't really understand. That's why one has to approach a bona fide spiritual master coming in a bona fide disciplic succession to understand the real meaning and to come to the level of attaining the real goal of life. Indirectly, it is said that the whole Vedic social construction of human society is so made that everyone acts as a part and parcel of the complete body of the Lord. The intelligent class of men, or the Brahmins, are situated on the face of the Lord. The administrative class of men, the Kshatriyas, are situated on the arms of the Lord. The productive class of men, the Vaishyas, are situated on the belt of the Lord. And the laborer class of men, the Shudras, are situated on the legs of the Lord. Therefore, the complete social construction is the body of the Lord, and all the parts of the body, namely the Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, and the Shudras, are meant to serve the Lord's whole body conjointly. Otherwise, the parts become unfit to be coordinated with the supreme consciousness of oneness. So everybody, the whole Varnashram system is so made, so constructed, so organized that everybody is situated on different parts of the body of the Lord, of the universal form of the Lord, or everybody is connected with the Lord in different respects. But everybody, since everybody is connected with the Lord, means everybody is important in the overall social fabric or social structure created by the law. And the ultimate aim of this social fabric is to make advancement on the spiritual side. That's a proper right. Therefore, the complete social construction is the body of the Lord. And all the parts of the body, namely the Brahma, the Kshatriya, the Vaishyas, and the Shudras, are meant to serve the Lord's whole body conjointly. Otherwise, the parts become unfit to be coordinated with the supreme consciousness of oneness. Universal consciousness is factually achieved by coordinated service of all concerned to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that alone can ensure total perfection. Therefore, even the great scientists, the great philosophers, the great mental speculators, the great industrialists, the great social reformers, etc., cannot give any relief to the restless society of the material world because they do not know the secret of success as mentioned in this verse of the Bhagavatam, namely that one must know the mystery of Bhakti Yoga. So if one knows the mystery of Bhakti Yoga, one observes that, one follows the instructions, then the whole social fabric, whole social system created can also make tremendous progress. They will live happily and cooperatively together, working towards everyone else's progress, and they themselves will make progress. And that is the perfection of human life. For example, now Kshatriyas are supposed to be the administrative class. Brahmins are supposed to be the teaching class. Vaishyas are businessmen, cow protectors, and the agriculturists or the farmers. And the Shudras are the. Now, if the Brahmins are perfect Brahmins, again, there are so many qualities of Brahmins also given. They're not just the teachers, the qualities are also given, guna and karma, both. So, if they work perfectly in guiding the whole society towards what? Not towards fighting, not towards how how should Brahman make money, how not towards exploiting them, but guiding towards the ultimate goal of life. Kshatriyas, administrative class, they take instructions from the Brahmins, they take work from the Shudras, and they create such a system that everybody is protected. The Vaishyas are protected in their business, in the taking care of cows and farming. So everybody is very well protected for what? Ultimately, so that everybody can peacefully, happily take instructions from the Brahmins how to make progress in the spiritual life. Vaishyas supposed to make money, supposed to run business, supposed to take care of cows, supposed to do farming. For what? So that they can pay proper taxes of the society. They know the Kshatriyas are not there to exploit them, to cheat them. The Brahmins are not there to exploit them. And Shudras are not there to cheat them. Money is the job of the business people. So they take care of money. And also at the same time they know how to serve the Brahmins, how to respect the administrative class, and how to take care of the Shudras. And Shudras, on the other hand, very well taken care of by they have by their service all the three upper classes. So ultimate aim is everybody lives happily together and everybody cooperatively, conjointly work towards spiritual upliftment. Of course, Shudras, now Shudras again by guna and not by bhakti. They cannot understand scriptures. Fine. But they can still serve the Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. So service also means they can make advancement. It doesn't mean that only Brahmins, Kshatriyas can study the scriptures. They can. In Vaishnav culture, Vaishnav tradition, anybody and everybody can make progress. And this is what Srimad Bhagavatam says. Even if somebody is very lowly born, from a very low, Hikirata, Hunanda, Pulinda, Pulkasha, that verse is there. Anybody who can take shelter of the holy name or who is chanting the holy names can make tremendous progress, no matter which background one has come from. So this is what the whole social structure of Varnashram Dharma was created for. But problem is in this Kali Yuga, everything has gone topsy-turvy. So that's why even Brahmins, so-called Brahmins, are not worried about their spiritual upliftment or spiritual emancipation. They're only worried about filling their belly, eat, drink, and be merry. That's all. And even so-called Vaishnavas also the same. That's why Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said at one place that don't keep Shaligram Shila to crack open the nuts. Means don't worship Shaligram Shila just to entice people, just to attract people so that people can come and give donation in the name of your service, in the name of taking darshan of Shaligram Shila, and you use that money for your own sense gratification. So I'll stop here and try to continue from this point onwards tomorrow, and we'll try to complete this verse tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Jai Srila Prabhupada.